You are looking at John Adams High School. It is the CMSD, that's Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Blue Division Boys Championship. Hi, I'm Tim Wells, and my partner Yasmin Record and Ashley Jackson are back in the house. And when we talk about the boys, it starts with the Lincoln West Wolverines first, 8-2 on the season. You talked to their head coach, Michael Gong. What were the keys to the game, Ash?
They must play with intensity today. They have to have mental toughness. And the team play, they must share the ball.
And obviously, when you're talking about them, it comes up with three key players that are pretty important. Let's talk about those all-star players.
So you have number 2, Adrian Edwards. He's a forward, 11th grader. He's 6'2". He rebounds, athletic, leader, and a stopper. Then you have number 23, Joey Lewis. He's a center, 12th grade, 6'2", rebound, and must play tough. Then you have number 43, Phil Parrish. He's a guard. He's a senior as well, and he's 6 foot. He's a streaky shooter, and he's an all-around player.
And the number 1 seed in the Blue Division is the John Hay Hornets. They come in at 10-0 under veteran coach Chris Sanders. Yazi, what did he tell you the keys were for the Hornets today?
Well, Coach Sanders says that the Hornets have to win at the free throw line. They also have to win rebounding, and they have to have minimal turnovers. Defense, they have to play defense because they only want 1 shot per possession, and they must contain number 43, Phil Parrish.
And when you look at their all-star players, it starts with their guard, number 1, Isaiah Miller.
Right, Isaiah Miller, he's an 11th grader, 5'10". He's averaging 14 points per game. His highest game was 28 points. He's quick, he's smart, he's a shooter and a finisher. Then you have number 3, Michael Wells, the guard, the captain. He's a 12th grader, 5'11". He shoots 44% from the three-point line. He's a long-range shooter, had 8 of three-point shots. And then you finally have number 20, Trayvon Pointer. He's the forward, he's a captain, 12th grader. He's 6'4". He's a good free throw shooter. He's a leading rebounder. He's averaging 12 rebounds per game, and he's the catalyst. He is the vocal leader for the Hornets.
Well, obviously, it's also going to play a role with Chris Drake, number 5. He's their MVP of the Senate League, and we'll talk more about him. But right now, we're going to go down to the main floor. As you can see, the players are ready. So we'll have our pregame ceremonies with the player introductions and the national anthem. We're going to go right now to Clint Hall for the player introductions.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to John Adams High School for tonight's contest featuring the visiting Wolverines of Lincoln West High School as they face the home team, John Hay Hornets. The student athletes, coaches, and officials have put forth great effort in preparing for tonight's contest. Please respect them for their efforts and remember to respect the game regardless of the outcome. We live in the greatest country in the world with freedoms like no other. To honor America and respect for all who have served our country to defend the freedoms we enjoy, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Starters assigned to tonight's contest have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The officials are Dwayne Aaron, Mel Ran Leach, and Moses Perez. And now to introduce the non-starters for the visiting Wolverines of Lincoln West High School. The Wolverines are coached by head coach Michael Gong and assistant coach Omar Williams. Wearing number 0, Shadrach Wingy. Wearing number 10 for Wolverines, Ronnie Brown. Wearing number 12, Davey Vega. Number 15, Walter Amato. Number 20, Lewis Bright. Number 21, Radamus Burgos. Number 31, John Treadwell. Number 32, TJ Leonard. And number 52, Manny Ortiz. Those are the non-starters for the visiting Lincoln West Wolverines. Now to introduce the non-starters for the home John Hay Hornets. The Hornets are coached by head coach Christopher Sanders and assistant coach Wade Howard. Wearing number 10, Daquan Legion. Number 13 for the Hornets, Jaden Jackson. Wearing number 15, Reggie Jackson. Wearing number 21, Nicholas Dent. Wearing number 25, Jamar Ware. And last but not least for the Hornets, wearing number 45, Demetrius Jones. And now to introduce the starters for the Lincoln West Wolverines. At forward, a 6'2" junior wearing number 2, Adrian Edwards. Next for the Wolverines, at forward, a 6'2" junior wearing number 3, George Allen. Next for the Wolverines, at guard, a 5'11" junior wearing number 14, Rashawn Key. Next for the Wolverines, at center, a 6'2" senior wearing number 23, Joey Lewis. And last but not least for the Wolverines, at guard, a 6' senior wearing number 43, Phil Paris. And now to introduce the starters for the Hornets of John Hay. At guard, a 5'10" junior wearing number 1, Isaiah Miller. Next for the Hornets, at guard, a 5'11" senior wearing number 3, Michael Wells. Next for the Hornets, at guard, a 6'3" junior wearing number 5, Chris Drake. Introducing next for the Hornets, at guard, a 5'10" junior wearing number 11, Kyle Jackson. And last but not least for the Hornets, at forward, a 6'4" junior wearing number 20, Trayvon Porter.
Well, the bell has rung. We're about ready to go, but before we do that, we're going to take a look at the officials. They're all certified through the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Let's talk about them.
Well, our first official is Dwayne Aaron. He's a 1984 Shaw High School graduate. He played football and basketball in high school. He's employed by the state of Ohio and has 19 years of officiating. Then we have Melron Leach, 1985 John Adams High School graduate. He played football and was actually on the city championship team and the 1984 track champ 4x4 in high school. He was coached by Claude Holland. He's a director of building and housing for East Cleveland. He has 15 years of officiating. And then we have Moise Perez, a 1976 Lincoln West graduate. He played basketball and baseball in high school. He actually, Dave Ford, who's in Major League Baseball, is his teammate. He's a truck driver for LKQ, and he has 17 years of officiating.
So an outstanding crew of officials at today's game. And in white is the John Hay Hornets. And we'll get our first violation and turnover of the ball game. So Lincoln West in the navy blue with the red and white trim. John Hay in the white with the green and gold.
Good pass down.
And Lincoln West with an easy bucket, number 2.
Adrian Edwards, 11th grade, 6'2". They say he's athletic, a rebounder, and a stopper.
Let's see if John Hay can put some points on the board.
Cross court, tries to bounce it inside, knocked away, and another turnover for the Hornets.
Look like they're feeding the post down low again to number 2, Adrian Edwards.
Timeout right away by John Hay. Chris Sanders doesn't like what he's seeing. And when you look at these two teams, their previous matchups in the game, in the season, we're looking at right here, a nice pass inside to Adrian Edwards, their captain, and a league all-star. But what it was is John Hay played Lincoln West on December 3rd at Lincoln West, 70-69 on a buzzer beater. The next time they met, it was at John Hay on January 17th. Again, 58-52, John Hay. So both of the games have been close, but Lincoln West here with the early lead. Again, John Hay comes in with an 8-2 record in the league, 10-0 in the league, 11-8 overall. Chris Sanders, their coach, 12 years at John Hay.
And Tim, with that timeout, Coach Sanders said, hey guys, I already told you what the keys are to win this game. We have to win at rebounding and we have to have minimal turnovers. So we have Michael Wells putting the ball up, making the first shot for the John Hay Hornets. And again, Michael Wells, he gets hot. He's actually averaging 44% from the three-point.
P.J. Harris. And they said Phil Parrish is the guy they got to keep an eye on. Wells inside, easy lane, not to the hoop, but he missed it.
Good rebound from number 14, Rashawn King. And he pushes it all the way up the floor for the right-hand layup.
Nobody's stopping the ball here. Wow.
John Hay needs to settle down.
Nice pass.
Oh, there we go. That shot was made by Chris Drake. He's 11th grader. He plays like a point guard. He's averaging 24 points per game.
Lincoln West here is just looking for that down low. Oh, he takes a three-pointer, number 43.
And that rebound is by Chris Drake. Important to mention that Chris Drake is the most valuable player of the league. Good pass. that point was made by Chris Drake.
We are knotted up here with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Good pass to the corner. Number 43 misses the shot, but number 23 rebounds it. Number 2 again, Adrian Edwards. He's all over the boards with 6 of the 6 points for Lincoln West of the 8.
And we have another turnover. See if John Hay can capitalize on the turnover.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're firing the 3, and it ain't coming from the normal 3. It's NBA 3 there. And take it inside. Nice defense.
And good rebound by Chris Drake.
They have awesome ball movement from both teams. Lincoln West has to step up and put a hand in that man's face.
And that was a three-pointer by Michael Wells. Again, he's 44% from the three-point land.
Good ball movement, three-point shot is a miss. And it is Hay ball.
Number 20, Trayvon Porter, stayed aggressive on that ball. He didn't give up, and he got the ball back.
Again, the point guard here, number 1. Just we were trying to go right back up with number 11. Nothing doing.
Oh, nice rebound from number 2, Adrian Edwards. Bad communication with Lincoln West right there.
Oh, good move by number 5, Chris Drake.
That's a foul on number 14. That's his first.
Well,
Sean King.
I like this here because he commits the foul before the shot. So they should be taking it out, and they are. So Rashawn King gets his first. That's the team first.
Good inbound pass. And that's Trayvon Porter with the quick 2. And again, Trayvon Porter is a captain. He's the catalyst of this team. We have another turnover. We have number 11, Kyle Jackson, puts it in.
Lincoln West is looking to advance the ball. Nice jump shot. Offensive rebound kicked out to number 43. He's missed a couple, but he's going to warm up. You got to take the shots to make the shots.
I tell you, that Chris Drake is all over the ball.
He's deep from the three-point line.
So 2:14 to go. 12-8 the Hornets. And that's without Mr. Parrish getting hot. They're going to need him to get hot to be in it.
That was number 3, George Allen. He's a sophomore, 5'10". Good hustle from number 3. Good defense from Lincoln West. I feel like this is going to be a nail biter all the way down to the end.
And we have Isaiah Miller bringing the ball up the court. There's Chris Drake going to the hole, and he scores. I mean, Chris Drake, he's showing why he's the MVP of the league.
Wide open for the 3. That is number 3, George Allen again for the three-point shot. Number 14 pushes the ball up.
Good defense.
They have to come to the ball.
Nice pass. Good hustle. That's points on hustle.
That was Phil Parrish's first shot of the game.
And Chris Drake grabs the rebound, puts it back in. There's another 2. I mean, Chris Drake, they say he plays like a point guard, but he's averaging 24 points per game.
Turnover. We got a travel on Phil Parrish. They don't want him to get hot, they said. He's a streaky shooter and an all-around player.
So 25 seconds. Will they take it and hold it and look for the last shot? We'll see right here. It looks like they're positioning themselves to hold on to the ball. 16 seconds. Clock still coming down.
I would think John Hayes probably trying to set something up for Chris Drake to get the ball.
They're going to fire it with 5. Off the board, 2. Nope. So that brings us to the end of the first quarter. That's exactly what we thought we would have, the barn burner, where the John Hay Hornets lead the Lincoln West Wolverines 16-15. We had a chance to catch up with both coaches before the game, and here's what they had to say.
All right, Coach, you've met this team twice in the regular season, beat them both times, close games. Just talk about coming into the championship and how you prepare with your team.
We prepare with a solid game plan. As you know, and I know through experience, it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row. But, however, we show them that we're a different team now with more poise, more experience, more focus. Then we'll have the same results that we had the first time. You know, we talked a lot about mistakes that was made the first 2 games. You know, you get up on teams and you get out of your character and start letting them back in. I think if we stick to our fundamental game plan, we'll be successful.
And talk about a few players that will probably make an impact in this championship game.
Our MVP of the Senate All-Star, Christopher Drake, both games he had a bad game. His last game, he finished with 32. Hopefully we get one of them 32-point nights from him again. Everything is predicated on how he goes. We watched a couple of videos just prepping from big-time games. Our big-time players have to show up, I told him. This is the stage, and it's just your job to go out there and perform. The biggest thing we talked about with him was effort and matching it with showing his teammates the effort. And then we want our guards to control the tempo. We want our bigs to rebound. If everybody do what they're doing, normally do, and don't get out of their character, they'll be fine.
You've met this team twice in the regular season. Close games. Hay came out on the top. Just talk about the preparation coming into this championship, going up against a team that you've seen before.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's about not letting that get to our heads. I mean, in the second game against them, we spotted them a 17-point lead to start the game. So, you know, we just know we got to come out strong to start, eliminate our mistakes, focus on what we're doing, and just play our same game.
And so it's really tough for a team to beat a team 3 times. So it could be on your side, that could be on your side. What would a win in a championship mean for you and your team?
I mean, a win for these guys would mean so much. They've really worked hard all year, and this has been their goal from the start, was to win this division. So being able to cap off their season with this would mean a lot to them and to me.
And finally, just talk about a player or two that might have a huge impact on tonight's game.
Number 2, Adrian Edwards, has the ability to change any game that he's in. He's one of the most athletic guys on the floor. And then 43, our senior guard, Phil Parrish, when he's on, he's fire. And he can really, again, go on some hot streaks, and it can be real magical when he does it. But, you know, we'll see what happens tonight.
All right, good luck.
All right, thanks a lot.
Well, welcome back to John Adams, and obviously, let's talk about the teams. Lincoln West, Ashley, your impression in the first quarter?
They're They're moving the ball very well. One thing they have to do is get rebounds. Their opponent are getting too many offensive boards. They're rushing their shots. They're settling for 3 points. Get your team into the game.
And on the Hornets side,
Well, what can you say? Coach Sanders said, hey, if we want to win this, we got to rebound and we got to minimize our turnovers. And hey, when you have the MVP of the league on your team, what's not to like? And he's putting on a show in the first quarter. He put on a show in the first quarter. And we have number 3, Michael Wells, bringing the ball up the court. It's a turnover.
so the Wolverines, I think when you're talking about these two teams, that turnover thing could play a big role, and the boards definitely have already showed that already.
Good steal, a nice bucket by Isaiah Miller. And Isaiah Miller is one of the star players for the Hornets. He's 11th grader.
Great defense from John Hay right now. They're putting pressure on the ball. Number 3 in the corner again. He misses it, and we have a foul. It was a hard foul down low on the rebound.
Oh, he got the wrist, the ball, and everything else with it. So Phil Parrish with his first. On the line is number 23. I'm sorry, Chris Drake with his first.
At the line is Arian Brown. He made his first. He missed his second. But they got the offensive rebound, and he's to the hole again. And just what we talked about, they have to get rebounds. They're on the boards coming into the second quarter.
18-16. You're looking at the Cleveland Metropolitan School District Boys Basketball Championship in the blue division. If you saw last week, congratulations goes out to the Bard Lady Raptors for winning the girls championship over Collinwood. And I believe they're going to call a wall. Good job on the defensive side there in the post. And folks, when we get our first time out, we got a very special announcement for you Hornets out there.
Turnover for Lincoln West. John Hay with the long pass down the court. Good tip in.
I tell you, that Chris Drake is all over the basket.
Lincoln West has to have a couple better looks.
Good rebound by Chris. John Hayes pushing that ball up the court.
And the foul on number.
You look at it here and you can see actually everybody's trailing. They're not getting back on defense. It's like we missed a shot and then we don't get back. That's going to be a big role with transition defense. Lincoln West must get back. Otherwise, they're going to have a problem.
Kyle Jackson makes his first free throw.
We have some fresh legs in the game, number 12. Davey Vega, he's a senior, 5'11". See if he can help them out right here.
Kyle Jackson capitalizes on that second free throw.
Gotta make those bunnies, gotta make those bunnies. 22-16 Hornets lead. Looking for more.
Good closeout, but they have to rebound. Lincoln West is getting out-rebounded offensively right now.
Defensively, I don't know if they're in a zone or man. It looks like they're confused defensively, the Wolverines. And you're going to call a foul on number 1.
That's Isaiah's first foul.
This is where they have to score at. Down low, give it to the post, and let them go to work. Number 23 hits the free throw. This is his second time at the line. He is 2 for 3. Let's see if he can sink this fourth one. All right, Lincoln West with the offensive rebound, but they turn it over. Miscommunication with the guards.
You gotta want the ball. You gotta want it there. Those little mistakes are gonna hurt you in the end.
Especially with a team like John Hay that pushes the ball up the court.
So Lincoln West had a dry spell. Only 2 points here in the second quarter so far.
Seemed like John Hay is trying to set. Oh, good move. Good pass.
Nice play.
Good bucket.
That's what I like to see. Team ball. Move the ball. And not just settling for the three, but there he goes. That's what they don't want. Phil Parrish to warm up because he is a streaky shooter.
John Hay's taking their time, setting up the play. Oh.
Sometimes you got to fake a pass to make a pass.
Good pass.
They're all over those boards. And one for John Hay.
So Chris Drake puts down a 2 and 1. And Tim, if I'm not mistaken, I think Chris may already be in double digits.
He is absolutely correct.
Lincoln West tries to push the ball into transition. Let's see if they can get a bucket, and they do.
Good move.
From number 2, Adrian Edwards for his 8th point of the first half.
Good pass. That's a foul.
They got to call that cutter backdoor. He got there too late. And it's on the floor. Very good first half. Very aggressive out there. He got there too late, tied up. Lincoln West cannot allow them to.
He hit the ball. Didn't he hit the ball on that?
I thought he hit the ball, but
He has to let it go.
that was good defense by the Hornets.
3:31, 26-22.
Look like John Hay's gonna stall for a while. They're up.
Good drive. And Chris Drake is on fire. Good pass. Great finish by number 1, Isaiah Miller.
I think they're going to tee him, though, because I think he baited him here. Because he was talking to him. And if you look at it here, let's see if we can pick it up. Here he makes the layup. Okay, that's fine. And then he's also talking to him right here. See it? That's what they got him for.
And he's definitely going to hear earful from Coach Sanders, because Coach Sanders definitely like, keep your composure.
Harris made him pay for it, hitting both of them. 30-24, 2:54 to go here in the half.
And that was Phil Parrish at the free throw line. He hits both. He might be in rhythm now. And let's see.
I would call that another NBA three-pointer.
Well, both teams don't have any problem shooting the basketball. They got a lot of people that are willing to fire it from long range.
Good drive to the basket by Chris Drake.
Lincoln West have to take away that baseline because he is working that. Every time he hits him with the jab and he's gone.
I don't think you can, when you're playing Chris Drake, I think I've got to sag on him, stay back, make him hit the outside shot. He's able to drive to the basket, the easy shot, so let's see if he can hit the outside shot.
And he makes...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tim.
Well, the way he shot that free throw, that might be a mute point too, because he put it right through the net.
So what type of adjustment would you make if you're Lutheran East?
Well, if I'm Lincoln West, I definitely would sag off of him, and I tell the guys, hey, make him hit the outside shot.
Oh, great shot.
21 from John Hay, Nicholas Dent.
And it looks like John Hay has Lincoln West rattled.
They definitely are. A little miscommunication once again. They have to play as a team and talk. Communication is key. And they have to rebound, box out. Watch that backdoor cut. This is when they need to score. When you get a steal, you have to score on transition. And one. Number 23, Arion Brown, 12th grader, 6'2". He misses it, but he stays with it.
And that foul was on number 21, Nicholas Dent.
They definitely needed that bucket. Oh, but they missed it. They have to take advantage of all the chances they get to score. And they have to get back on defense because right now John Hay are running them.
That's some good defense right there.
We
have timeout from Lincoln West.
Well, let's take a look at this series here. I don't know if we got it, but first of all, he gets the rebound, and then he raises it up, and he's looking for people. Now watch this. You see here, now he's got the ball, and now he's waiting instead of kicking the ball out right away. Now you got yourself in trouble. And luckily, his teammates came in there. Number 14, he came in there and hustled, and he was able to get the ball to call the timeout. So you got to, tip your hat to Rashawn King. So with 1:39 to go, it's a 7-point ball game. The Wolverines, who really struggled this quarter scoring, if they can get a little momentum going and make some stops, they could be right back in the ball game.
Totally agree, Tim. The Wolverines just have to figure out, how do we stop Chris Drake?
I'm glad I don't have that headache trying to figure it out.
They might need to go box one. Don't let them touch the ball.
Good pass. Good move.
He is everywhere. And John Hay is hungry for this ball. I mean, their offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, they're everywhere.
You know, with the first 2 minutes, Lincoln West was dominating the boards. Now John Hay's taking that attitude. Not my time. This is my board. I'm going to get it. And you can see the difference here in the second quarter.
It's like right now, they're playing hot potato out there.
Good move.
And that is number 43, Phil Parrish, with the
5-point ball
shot.
game. Just under a minute to go here in the half.
And right now,
inside.
this is what they need. Get a good shot, don't rush it. Attack the basket, dish it out. Can he finish?
Good rebound. John Hay's pushing. Oh! Hope he's okay. Oh!
Isaiah Miller, the 11th grader.
Right now, all they need is one shot.
Wow. That's money. That's the buzzer.
Well, Chris Drake just told me something on that shot. Ain't no way we're going to be able to sag and just let him shoot.
Right, I mean, he's averaging, what, 24 points per game?
In this one, he's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. If I have it right, 15 of the 38 points here in the half alone.
So, Tim, what would you do? What would you do to stop Chris Drake?
Well, I think actually on it, you're going to have to play a box and one, and you're going to have to get somebody who's going to try to deny him the ball a little bit. Now, the problem with that is you got the other guys have to converge on the boards and make sure you get the rebound. So, I mean, that's one factor. But, folks, we want to make a very special announcement. First of all, both of these teams are very special to me because the history I have is I was their head baseball coach at both schools, John Hay Hornets and Lincoln West Wolverines. And both of them were in championship games, you know, on the baseball side. Obviously, we built a team at Lincoln West. I left because of my job opportunity, and they win the next year, but I remember them inviting me back. But the other big factor is that we are honored with a very special guest announcing today. I do want to announce to you that Yasmin Record was inducted into the John Hay Hall of Fame this past year. Congratulations, Yas.
Thank you. But, you know, it would be remiss of me that I actually went through John Hay during the phenomenal Coach Sonny Harris era. I mean, it was a time of, you know, we love school. We love Coach Harris. We actually had Principal Newsom. I mean, John Hay had some great alumni coming out of there. You actually have Charles Oakley, who's actually doing a wonderful job feeding the community today. So, again, Tim, I knew we had a connection, and now I know what that connection is.
You know, it's odd that in a couple more weeks here, we'll be back on TV20 where it'll be the boys red division, and it's going to be the Glenville and East Tech teams, but one of the referees, Kenny McLean, the John Hay guy, talked about it. He's going to tell us his story about exactly what you're talking about. The food, the service, Sonny Harris, it had an impact on so many people's lives back then.
And I do want to mention Kenny McLean was actually inducted into John Hay Hall of Fame last year.
And you both came in the same year. What an amazing story. Well, I'll tell you what, he's an outstanding official. I've known him for years, and he started sharing it with me. I said, well, when you come back to the game, we're going to talk to you at halftime. Again, you're looking at the young cheerleaders that performed here last year. These are the CMSD All-Star cheerleaders, and we're going to take a look at them right now.
Operator, that's where them nine. I'll be your sunshine, my girl. Just let me be there for you anytime. It's so fine. For you, I find the longest line. It's so fine. My girl, rock out and wine. Mash up my brain, you want mash up my mind. When bad man, and that's where them nine. I'll be your sunshine this time. My girl, if you want, just call me. Anytime I love life, start get started. We keep it steam up and storm it. Be a new team up and build a army. Come and love off the shape of your body. I'm a know so you want come party. If you know say you are my target, girl, I'll be that doggy. Sexy chick, that's my prerequisite. Hot girl's gonna be my darling. Get with it, my beat, if you stick with it. All girls gotta eat my calling. From Kingston up to New Orleans, New Jersey right back to Scotland. You feel know this boy ain't stalling. We put in all in. Just let me be there for you anytime. It's so fine. For you, I find the longest line. You're so fine. My girl, broke out and wine. Mash up my brain, you want mash up my mind. When bad man, and that's where them nine. I'll be your sunshine. Good.
Well, folks, right now we're going to go down to the main floor and we're going to meet the 2019-2020 League All-Stars.
Alexis Marche. From Collinwood High School, Dariana Howard. Daisy Newsom and Ariel Watson. From Max Hayes High School, Kaliana Cheney. Jamie Naives. And last but not least, from Whitney Young High School, Shania Blair and Lauren Stevens Porter. And now to introduce the Senate Athletic League Boys All-Stars Blue Division from Bard High School, Donald Quarles III. Tavari World. From John Hay High School, Isaiah Miller. Trayvon Porter and Michael Wells. From Lincoln West High School, Adrian Edwards. Joey Lewis and Phil Parrish. And now to introduce the MVP and Coach of the Year, Girls Blue Division. MVP from Collinwood High School, Jasmine Woods. And Coach of the Year from Whitney Young High School, Rhonda Shaw. And now to introduce the MVP and Coach of the Year for Boys Senate All-Stars Blue Division. Most valuable player from John Hay High School, Chris Drake. And Coach of the Year from John Hay High School, Coach Christopher Sanders. Well, let's hear a nice big round of applause for all of our 2020 Senate All-Stars.
Well, right now we're going to go down to Christian Patterson, who has the Commissioner of Interscholastic Athletics, Desiree Powell, for an interview.
Just start off by talking about a little background on yourself, how long you've been commissioner and how it's been so far.
Well, I started my career with the Division of Recreation years ago, and I ended up going into the school district several years later, and I've been the commissioner of athletics now for the last 3 years. Prior to athletics, I've also been in charge of the health and physical education curriculum of the district for the last 13.
And so, just talk about the state of CMSD's athletics program.
It has revolved throughout the years. Back in the day, we used to be feared. We used to have strong competitive schools as well as coaching. Over the years, we've had a transition because our school district has gone into a school of choice, and we've had all these other smaller schools develop and create. So the emphasis of competitiveness is not the sole, it's not the backbone of the Senate anymore. We are still trying to develop strong, skilled athletes and strong coaches, but we're also trying to make sure that everyone has a chance to participate in sports that wants to. That's why you see our Senate League growing in number, because the smaller schools, such as Bard, as you see tonight, they've been in existence in athletics for only 3 years in our district, and this is their first year joining the Senate to be a member of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. So more kids want to be involved in a greater way, which is another example of why we're offering girls rugby at John Marshall, and this spring we will have boys lacrosse at Campus International High School.
And so finally, just talk about your vision of where you see CMSD athletics in years to come.
The first step we took was to get rugby off the ground and to get lacrosse, because I wanted non-traditional sports. I wanted to make a shift away from just basketball and football. And I also want to work on increasing our baseball and softball, particularly on the east side, and increase wrestling in our middle schools so that we have stronger wrestlers coming up. So I don't want to be stereotyped. I want us to evolve, and we're also introducing esports into our system as well. So I just want to be open.
Well, there was the commissioner of interscholastic athletics, but now Christian caught up with the head coach of the Lincoln West Wolverines to get his views about the first half and what they're going to need to do to get back in it in the second.
All right, Coach, it was back and forth from the first quarter, stretched out a little bit in the second quarter. Just talk about what you told your team in the locker room to try to come back out and bring this in closer.
I just said we got to eliminate those simple mistakes. You know, we're being a little careless with the ball. 5 turnovers is the difference right now. So if we can just clean that up, you know, we probably had 10 plus turnovers in that first half. If we can clean that up, knock that number down, I think we'll be fine. I think we're also getting chances at the rim, and we're getting outbodied a little bit. You know, I told them we just got to be physical. You know, it's an evenly matched game at the rim. We just got to focus on finishing.
All right. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Chris.
Welcome back to John Adams, where you've been watching the CMSD Blue City Championship game between the John A. Hornets and the Lincoln West Wolverines. And obviously, Ashley, when you look at the Wolverines, some missed opportunities, some turnovers that really hurt them in the first half.
Yeah, they definitely had 7 turnovers in the first half, 5 attempts of free throws. And then the rebounds, they're rebounding pretty well. They had 10 rebounds. They're not rebounding better than John Hay right now, though.
When you look at the other side, the John Hay Hornets, let's talk about it. Rebound-wise, what did they have? And as far as that, why do they have the lead here?
Well, they're following what their coach said as far as how we're going to win this game, and it's about rebounding. They started off with 6 in the first quarter, dramatically improved to 13 in the second quarter, and from the 2-point line, they shot a blistering 53% in the first quarter, 46% in the second quarter.
Somebody better start playing some defense here. So here we go to the hole. And right up and missed the layup. Try it one more time, nothing doing.
3
1 out of
chances
3.
and he gets it. Let's see if he can make these free throws. Number 23 from Lincoln West, Arian Brown. He is 2 for 4 right now from the free throw line.
the first one. And he got the bounce in on the second. Just underway, second half. John Hay, undefeated in the league.
And I love how they're taking their time to get a shot.
Great rebound from number 2, Adrian Edwards. Wide open for the three-point shot is number 3, George Allen.
I tell you that Coach Sanders said, nope, it's time to take a timeout. Let me get my team refocused. When we talk about Coach Sanders, he has 12 years as a coach at John Hay. He was actually the champs in 2011 over Glenville. He's a graduate of Toliga in Alabama, and he said he had to stop playing because he had to support his family.
And then on the other side with Lincoln West, we have Michael Gong, 2 years as Lincoln West head coach, 4 years coaching at school, graduate of Mansfield St. Peter, played guard for 4 years at his high school.
I don't know, the John Hay Hornets, I used to remember the Hornets were noted for stinging a little bit, you know? And here it seems like they come out, they did it at the start of the game, they did it again here in the third quarter. They come out and they're flat. They don't play aggressive. They're not going after the boards.
I think that's why you had Coach Sanders say, let me go ahead and take this quick timeout, get them focused, get them refocused. And it worked. They scored their first 2 points. And that's Chris Drake.
You're going to hear his name a lot. Number 23, he's there. He just has to finish at the basket.
He'll be the first one to tell you, I'm missing these shots that I shouldn't be missing. Because they're making a great pass. He's in there. Just isn't finishing it.
He has to get closer to
To the
that.
hole, takes it in. It's blocked.
He has to go straight up.
It's a good block by Trayvon Porter. Trayvon say, not in my house.
Let's see if number 3 can hit it again, and he doesn't. But we have an offensive rebound by number 43, Phil Parrish.
You got to share the ball. You got to make it happen.
Let's see if Chris drives it to the hole.
Oh, there better be they're going to call a block. No, ain't no way. Did they call a block on that?
They called a block.
You tell us at home, is this a block or a charge? Let's take a look at it.
I think it's because he's the league MVP.
That doesn't, listen, this ain't a LeBron James show. Oh, he did move. He did move. It's a good call. I've got to eat it. He slid there at the last second. Otherwise, I think he had the charge.
Now, Chris is actually averaging 24 points per game, and I think he's really getting close to that average.
Another great rebound from number 2, Adrian Edwards. They have to finish at the basket, though. They're getting attempts, but they're not finishing. And another turnover. And this is where they're hurt at, is the turnovers, and they're not finishing at the basket.
John Hay really have some good guards where they're very patient setting up the play. Great pass. Nice bucket. So that's Trayvon Porter. He's a 12th grader. Let's look at that replay. Nice assist by the guard. Trayvon puts it up, and he gets the end one. Let's see if he can take advantage of the free throw. So again, Trayvon is the captain of the team. Coach said he's a catalyst, and he's averaging 12 rebounds a game.
he's quiet. He just does his thing out there. You know, you don't even realize it's happening.
Can he make it? There. All right, they got to keep feeding number 2, Adrian Edwards. He wants the ball. Give it to him. He's finishing at the basket. He's grabbing rebounds. He's everywhere.
And that's a turnover.
Now they have to score on it. And they turn it right back over. A little sloppy here. Slow it down. Well, we got a 3-on-2. He pulls up for the three-point shot, and he makes it. Number 43, Phil Parrish.
Lincoln West with a little bit of pressure themselves this time. Creating some turnovers.
He has his team running. He got to give it up sooner. And he gets it. Number 43, back-to-back, Phil Parrish. And he's pumped.
And we got a game here, folks.
Don't look up now. It's a 4-point ball game. And Lincoln West, the adjustment here of putting the pressure on. Now you look at this play right here. He loses the ball, but then give him credit. He hustles and gives it right back to Parrish. That's what you're talking about, sharing the basketball, doing the little things. You'll never get a stat for being on the floor and scrapping, but you got to feel, if you're a Wolverine fan, that's what I'm looking for them to do.
Definitely.
You're looking at their head coach, Michael Gong, and again, his assistant coach, Omar Williams. On the other side, Chris Sanders trying to fire up his troops. I'll tell you what, they could get more people dancing in the stands when they play this music. So 44-40. And again, you're watching TV20. It's the Cleveland Metropolitan School District Championship game in the Blue Division boys between the John Hay Hornets and Lincoln West. 44-40. John Hay in white leads with the basketball, and Michael Wells tries to get it inside, and it looks like it's going to be another turnover against the Hornets.
Now, if Lincoln West wants to win this game, they have to take advantage of the possessions when they're getting the turnover from John Hay. This is when they have to score. They don't need to rush it. We have a lot of time in the ball game. Be aggressive, kick it out, look for the open man. And number 23, he's on the boards, and we get a foul.
So that foul is on number 5, Chris Drake. That's his second foul. John Hay just needs to settle down and get refocused, because I think what they did, Tim, Ashley, they had a nice lead and it got comfortable.
Yeah, they got a little too comfortable, and Lincoln West adjusted. Now, if Arian Brown wants the buckets, he got to hit the free throws.
When Arian Brown watches this game, he's going to say to himself, how could I miss all those easy shots underneath? He's done a great job scrapping and getting rebounds and getting the ball, but as far as finishing, it's hurt him.
John Hay just need to set up a nice play, find the open man.
Looks like Lincoln West is in there. 1-3-1. We have a foul on Lincoln West, number 2.
Did you notice who shot that outside shot before that? Right there. Remember I was saying, let's make him hit him from the outside? I don't know if he'll continue to miss out there. I don't think so, though.
We have Trayvon Porter.
Oh, he's solid. This guy, I'll tell you.
And like you said, Tim, he's pretty quiet. He's like a silencer. I mean, he's the leading rebounder on the team.
Good box out from number 3, George Allen.
Travel.
That hurt.
That was a good catch and shoot.
I believe that's the first turnover here in the third quarter for Lincoln West. They've been really creating. 2 of them. 3. They've been told me there's 3.
Let's see if Lincoln West can get this ball back. Right now they're shooting. They're going to shoot them out of that 1-3-1.
And that was Isaiah Miller. He's actually 11th grader, and he's averaging 14 points per game. And we have another turnover. Very smart for them to slow the ball down a little bit. Oh!
The hustle from Phil Parrish. Let's see if they can make it up. So number 3, George Allen, is at the free throw line. They definitely have to make their free throws if they want to be in this game. They're getting to the line, but they have to come through and finish.
Hit them both. George Allen, the 10th grader.
So we see who we want at the free throw line. Let's see if they can get this stop here and get back on offense and set something up.
Isaiah Miller takes that shot.
He went right
he
by
is
him.
fast.
Wow. Quickness, my lord.
Number 2, Adrian Edwards.
Great drive to the basket by Chris Drake.
Right here, take your time, get a good look, no rush. They have to stop putting so much air under those passes, though. And a bucket again for number 2, I'm sorry, Adrian Edwards.
You got to give a little nod to number 23, Arian Brown. Tipped it over to him. Great defense. Great defense. Timeout over here, Lincoln West. And Phil Parrish has grabbed his hand there. Looks like the thumb.
Hopefully it's his left hand.
Take a look at it here to see if we can pick up what happened. First of all, he got away with a foul. They got another foul. They hit him twice. 23 got him in him. And now they get the ball. And now they're going to take the timeout. So with 1:18 to go, 50-46. Lincoln West will have the ball, down 4. They'd like to tighten up right here. And the good sign is Parrish is back on the floor. Do I see him or no? He is not. That might be something we need to keep an eye on.
Good pass from number 23 to number 12. That number 12 is Davy Vega for his first bucket of the game.
Good pass.
Bounce pass.
Nice way to stand straight up.
They're going to throw it back out, and they're going to try to get the easy bucket on the other side, and they didn't get it.
I mean, he's down there working on
And they're going to call a foul on Chris Drake.
And that's Chris Drake's 3rd foul.
This is exactly where Lincoln West want to be right now. 40 seconds in the 3rd quarter, down by 2. They have possession. Take your time, get a good bucket, and tie it up. Let's see if he can finish.
Oh my. They need to put some dressing on that.
So just this quarter, Lincoln West has 11 rebounds with John Hay 3.
Nice pass. We're tied at John Adams. The Wolverines and the Hornets. 5 seconds to go here in the quarter. Porter inside, and he put it in. Trayvon Porter. Tell me these two teams ain't evenly matched, and I'll never believe it.
It's going to come down for the Hornets. It's going to come down to what Coach Sanders says. In order to win this championship game, guys, we're going to have to win it at the free throws. We're going to have to win it rebounding the ball. And, guys, we got to play defense.
I'll tell you who's a little spark plug that's really helped Lincoln West when he came in was little David Vega. They say it in Spanish. David Vega. Am I right, Mr. Suarez? David. So we're looking now at the coaches in the huddles. 52-50. We'll go into the fourth quarter with a 2-point ball game. Lincoln West, 3 rebounds to John Hay 3. John Hay cannot win this game if they don't get on those boards. But I'll tell you what, I noticed in that quarter they seemed to defend Chris Drake a little bit.
They heard you, Tim.
Yeah, but you know what? Those guys that play them kind of games that are MVPs, they're special players. They might have one quarter, but when the game's on the line, they always seem to hit the big shot. You're looking at the head coach of Lincoln West, Michael Gong. They're pulling together. They're believing. I'll tell you, folks at home, I wish you were sitting up here with me. You got on my immediate left, I got Lincoln West Leroy Suarez talking in my ear about the Wolverines. And then on the right, I got Yazzie with the John Hay Hornets. So I know somebody's going home happy here. To the hole block. Good defense by who? Chris Drake.
Yes. And the rebound was by Trayvon Porter, their leading rebounder.
Good defense by number 12.
David Vega. Oh, man. Porter underneath, going to kick it back out, going to fire it again, and he put it in. Isaiah Miller. He's hit some big threes for the Hornets.
He's averaging 14 points per game. They call him the finisher. And Chris Drake grabs the rebound. John Hay slows it up. I think Coach Sanders is telling his team, hey guys, it's okay to push it, but we better take good shots because we're playing against a good team.
Trying to put 2 guys down low against the 1-3, which is the way to attack it. And they get it into Drake, and they immediately call a held ball. And it'll go right back to the Hornets. They're attacking it right on the 1-3-1. Get a guy in the corner in the post. They can't defend it that way.
Good pass, good block.
That's what you never want. See man, see ball. Never let him in front of you.
Aaron Brown again on the defense. They're going to look to get it into Porter. No. They're going to get it outside here. To the hole. Blocked. Rebound. Up and in. Chris Drake. It's his time. 57-50. Wolverines badly need a bucket.
Trayvon Porter grabbing the rebound.
John Hay coming up with some big stops here at the start of the fourth quarter.
There's the steal. Push
for the Wolverines down the floor.
Number 3
Put
with
it
the
up
left hand layup. is George Allen with the layup. They needed that right there.
Bounced it inside. Porter inside, puts it up and in. Ron Porter, he loves that block.
You don't get too many big men anymore. He's doing exactly what he should be doing.
Good steal.
This could hurt. There it is.
That's Isaiah Miller.
So now a 9-point ball game. Lincoln West is going to have to come up with some stops and some big shots right now. They put themselves in a hole. There's 5:07 to go in the ball game. And back in the ball game is number 43, Phil Parrish, so it's good to see him back in there.
Good drive to the hole. Oh. John Hayes pushing the ball. No foul.
A lot of no calls. They're letting them play here. But they are killing them on rebounds down there, John Hay. 1 possession, 2 possession, 3 possessions, scored.
John Hay rebounds the ball again. That's number 3, Michael Wells.
We're going to make a statement, the Hornets, saying this is one that's going to belong to us. And Arian Brown picks up the foul.
That Trayvon Parker, I mean, he's a beast.
And he knows his spot, and he knows what to do when he gets it in there. You can see right to the hole. They're going to have to get in front of him, deny him the ball, and they're going to have that problem if they don't do it.
And he's a good free throw shooter.
Yes, he definitely is. He's so poised out there.
It's those coaches always say, give me a guy in the post, give me somebody that can shoot outside, and I think I can do something. And now you can see why Chris Sanders is 10-0 in this league. He's got it both. 65-52. The Wolverines are going to call timeout. They want a full timeout. So again, Chris Gong will have to rally his troops. He's going to huddle around him. We're going to try to get in and see if we can hear exactly what he's going to be telling his players at this point.
Don't worry about that. Worry about us, right? We can stop them 4 or 5 times in a row, cut that back down to 0, all right? But we're giving up. We're back to giving up second chance points, and we're playing a little selfish. We're taking shots after 2 or 3 passes. They're in man, they're looking to trap. The best way to beat that is to move the ball, all right? Run cross out of this out of bounds. Phil, go to that other block. Adrian, come to this block. Rashawn, take it out. George and Lewis stack. Try to go straight to Adrian, but try to go straight to Adrian, or Adrian set the screen for Phil coming corner. We're trying to get one of those two.
So Ashley Jackson, what is he telling him?
He's basically trying to draw up a good inbound play to get it to his star player and hopefully they can stop them from scoring.
I heard him talk about beating the trap. We got to move the ball to beat the trap. And that's what hurt them here in this quarter. They ended up turning over because they got trapped a couple times.
Yes.
And they just came in and just threw the ball out of bounds. That's not a good thing.
And they have to get back on defensive transition. They're beating them back. They're running the floor. They're not running with them.
And you'll notice the officials giving it to them up here by half court because nobody touched it. So they're going to go back to where the throw-in spot was.
Right now, they need to put the pressure on them. They've been in the 1-3-1.
Ooh, the lights. Well, folks, since the lights have gone out, I'm sure there's something they're going to check. I'll tell you what, we won't hold you here. We'll take a break and we'll be right back after we get this problem solved here at John Adams.
Hey, Dad, do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister, and Mom.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake?
Where'd you hear that?
Where do you keep it?
It's hidden.
I bet it's on the top shelf of the closet, under your sweatshirts. Is it loaded? Remember when I found my Christmas gift? You always told me to be curious.
No. No, that's not what I meant.
And when it's just me and Mom, I could use the gun to protect her.
No, Justin, I promise. I'm always here for you.
But Dad, you're not always here.
We are back. The lights are on. It's 4 minutes to go in the ball game, and the Wolverines clearly need to make some stops as they trail by 13. So some stops and some good shooting could put them right back in it. And they're moving the ball around, and they're going to take it to the ball, and there's one. You can put it in the books. I told you that. I told you guys, he's always going to come up big and when it counts.
And that's why he's the MVP of the league. He's showing why he's the MVP of the league.
Chris Drake gonna dunk it, gonna come down and get the rebound, make another stop, extend the lead to 15 points. And Lincoln West is up there gonna foul. That is only their 5th foul, so they got 2 to go to even put him in the bonus.
And Coach Sander probably told his team, look, guys, we're up. Let's take our time. There's no rush trying to make a point. Let's take a good shot. He's gonna. Good pass.
They are moving that ball right now. Good steal from Phil Parrish. And he scores coast to coast. Couple stops here. They got to move their feet because right now they're just going to play the passing game and waste some time off the clock.
I'm a little surprised that Lincoln West does not have in Davi Vega, because he was to be able to defensively create some turnovers.
Nice play.
What name was that I just heard?
That was Chris Drake. I would think that he's well above his 24-point game average. I mean, Coach Sanders laid out his strategy. He said, guys, the way we're going to win it, we need to rebound. And Trayvon Porter, leading rebounder, has more than 12 rebounds in this game. He said we got to win at the free throw, and they're making their free throws, and they're attacking the basket and making the shots.
And right now they are having a tough time scoring down there. They're hanging their heads low. Right now they just got to play hard all the way into the end.
So you're going to see John Hay stall the ball. There's no need for them to rush and take a shot.
They're going to take the air out of it if they're smart. They're going to draw the foul here. That'll be their 6th team foul. They need one more to put him on the line.
And that's the first one for Lewis Bright, the 12th grader, 5'9". And we have a timeout, Lincoln West.
Let's see, what is he going to tell him right now? Look, we got to, if we don't get it right away, we got to foul, put him on the line.
Exactly. We got to play hard all the way to the end, to the last whistle, till it says 0-0-0.
And John Hay, do you think Chris Sanders is now settling in? I don't think. I'm looking at him down here.
No, coach is not going to settle in. He'll settle in once he actually sees the game end and they actually won the game.
He's going to have them play right to the end. You look at Mike Papa from TV20. What do they put? Don't they give us great shots every year? TV20 in your house, folks. They do an amazing job. We thank them over and over again for making this happen. Timeout, John Hay. He's coaching right to the end.
I'm trying not to get too excited being the John Hay alumni that I am.
Well, I don't hear anything on the Lincoln West side over there. It seems pretty quiet right now.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And I can understand why, you know. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for them to play hard the entire game. Because I know that's what that school is about. We're going to play to the end. We're going to give it everything we got. And we saw that last week when we had the girls with the Collinwood Railroaders, the Lady Railroaders. Folks, these folks that are here, when they go outside, they're probably going to see at least 3 to 4 inches of snow. It is snowing like crazy.
Right now, they're just going to shoot desperate threes.
Well, that's basically all they can do right now. They're going to pick up the foul right away. That was on Rashawn King.
And coming into the game is number 10, Daquan Lejeune.
So 1:09 to go. You're looking at the 2019-2020 champions in about 1 minute from now. It will be the John Hay Hornets.
I think Lincoln West was really into the game until Parrish looked like he hurt his finger. And once they took him out, it actually gave John Hay more momentum.
It definitely did. Lincoln West wasn't able to score. They're still not able to score. Now we got number 14 with the putback, Rashawn King, 11th grader.
You know, you talk about Chris Sanders, and I'm looking at his notes. You know, he talks about 12 years at the school, 2011, but the real story behind this is, and he had shared this with me, that when he was going to school, it was Taliga in Alabama, that he was playing for the first couple years, and then he had to stop playing because he had to help raise money for the family. So his last 2 years, he wasn't able to play because he was trying to take care of his family. You know, and we don't hear those stories often, but really in Cleveland, I have to believe there's a lot of student athletes that say, hey, I can't do this because I've got to raise money to take care of our family, or I got to work part-time. And a lot of them are trying to make it work, you know, but here's a coach that understands it because he went through it.
Absolutely. And that's one thing you do have to do. You have to commend these coaches because they put a lot of time in, a lot of sacrifices. So both of these coaches should be commended on the outstanding job that they've done for their teams. I mean, when we talk about Coach Michael Gong, I mean, he's been the head coach for Lincoln West for 2 years, so you know definitely Lincoln West will be back at the tournament.
Absolutely.
And we have another substitution. We have Nicholas Dent coming in. He's a 12th grader.
You know, yes, you really understand because you talk about it even when you think about all the memories and all the good times that the coaches, you know, gave you that opportunity by what they did. So really our hats have to go off to all of the school officials and the coaches and everybody that helped make this possible.
Absolutely.
So Lincoln West, 40 seconds to go. Parrish to the hole, nothing doing. They get it right back. They put it inside, and they score. Rashawn King. They got it down to 13. They're fouling. They're trying to scrap to get back in it, but I think it's going to be too little, too late.
And one thing I do want to mention too, Tim, that when you think about this game, this was a fast-paced game, and the sportsmanship was just outstanding. I mean, it was just a great, well-played game.
Absolutely.
Hey, guess what?
Number 12, Javi Vega, outfitting for him to score one of the last baskets. The way he hustled, played defense, stepped in there for the Wolverines. Nicholas Dent, the 12th grader, 6 foot, got 4 today, going to the free throw line for the first time. I think Ashley put the jinx on him.
No jinx, no jinx.
No jinx.
That could have been a travel, but they're going to let it go.
They're not going to call
These
it.
last
They're gonna leave
seconds.
So you can see they wrap it up. And the John Hay Hornets, Chris Sanders, brings a title back to the John Hay. And I can tell you, folks, there'll be a banner up in that gym. Our congratulations to them. And we're going to be going down to center court here in a second as they'll be giving out the awards to both the runner-up and the champions. Let's go down to the main floor. There's a lot of happy people in that picture right now. Their head coach, Chris Sanders. The young ladies in the 2019-2020 CMSD champions in the blue division with a perfect season of undefeated through the league.
Good, Jim.
So Ashley, obviously Lincoln West came in here, they played, but again, too many missed shots, turnovers, and a little bit on the defensive side in the second half where they let it get away.
Yeah, the game slipped away once one of their star players hurt his hand, Phil Parrish, but they are a young team and they will be back again next year.
And obviously, Oz, you got to feel awful good being a former John Hay alumni, Hall of Famer. This just makes your day right off the top.
Absolutely. And I just want to say Coach had a great game strategy. Also, his key star players came through: Isaiah Miller, Michael Wells, Trayvon Porter. And what can you say when you have the best kid on your team, Chris Drake, the most valuable player of the league? He was just phenomenal. And Trayvon Porter, I mean, outstanding rebounder. And that's really what won the game. The rebounding and, of course, the offense.
Absolutely. Well, you've been watching the 2019-2020 championship game from the Cleveland Metropolitan School District in the Blue Division. And today will belong to the John Hay Hornets. Again, victorious. But before we leave, we want to take a look at some of the faces, some of the great plays that were part of TV20. So for Ashley Jackson, Yasmin Record, I'm Tim Wells. Good night, everyone.